When someone does something that doesn't make sense to me, that seems irrational, it's hard for me to let it go. It's hard for me to not keep turning it around in my mind, trying to find the missing piece that will make it make sense. I used to think this was just curiosity. It's beautiful, right? I just want to understand how the world works. I want to understand how other people work. And there's some of that, of course. But what I was missing, that I'm finally starting to understand, is that it's actually a way that my nervous system regulates itself. With this type of mind, it's a way that my body tries to feel okay, tries to feel calm, like the world is safe, everything makes sense. Because when it feels like something is happening that just doesn't make sense to me, that feels totally alien, like why would someone do this way? Why would they think this way? Why would they approach life this way in a way that just seems totally illogical to me? It just seems totally emotions driven or unhinged or just such a foreign way from how I would see it or how I would approach it. If I can't let that go, if I just keep obsessing over what's going on here, right, then that's a really strong sign that this is more than just curiosity. It says something about me, right? If I'm feeling a lot of judgment towards someone else and I'm just holding that really tightly, what is wrong with them? Then an equally important and interesting question to ask is, what does this say about me? Why am I holding this so tightly? Why does this matter so much to me? And my point here is not to kind of be ethically wagging my finger at you, like, you should judge yourself before you judge someone else. It's more that this is a part of the way my mind works that it's taken me a long time to understand. And if you have a similar type of mind, if you're an ENTP personality type or a type 5 in the Enneagram like me, you might resonate with some of this. And I think that understanding this can really be a gateway to more empathy and more self-awareness and more true, deep curiosity instead of just surface-level curiosity. So one way to think about this is here's kind of the pattern that I see in myself and in other ENTPs and other type 5s, analytical thinker types who are really oriented toward understanding. So we start out with someone says something, someone does something, there's some kind of stimulus from the external world, and there's discomfort in the body, discomfort in the nervous system. Like something is not right here. This is more than just kind of an idle curiosity of like, oh, I wonder why the sky is blue. I should go look that up, right? It's more like, ooh, something is off. Like it feels off, right? And then the mind comes in and starts saying, ooh, there's something wrong with that person. Why would they do that? What's going on here, right? And then we get into seeking mode. Like, I have to figure this out. There's some angle that I'm not seeing. There's some perspective. If I can just keep turning this around, I'm going to find the one that finally makes sense here, that allows this to exist without it being totally wrong, right? I don't want this wrongness to exist in the world. And so there's this seeking, this kind of grasping, like, oh, I need to figure it out. I need to figure it out. And then we finally do. We find like, oh, there's the missing puzzle piece. Oh, it's because of that. Oh, okay. Right, the reason why they're behaving in this way that seems totally irrational is because of this. Now I understand something about their past or, their day or their life experience or their neurodivergence or something like, okay, now it makes sense. Now I can rest. And so it really feels like, oh, now I can breathe a sigh of relief. The wrongness is gone. Okay. And that's great until the next wrongness appears, right? And then it can be this kind of self-reinforcing pattern of when wrongness happens, when something happens that seems illogical, that seems irrational, that doesn't make sense to me, then I need to fix it. I need to make it make sense, and I can't rest until I do. So I'm in this state of dysregulation, of not being okay until I figure it out, until I find that missing puzzle piece, that keystone in the archway, right? That bears all the load, until I find that one thing and everything can just settle. So that's the downside. Is it can create this kind of like grasping tight energy of like I need to figure it out. And there's another major downside that I've only been realizing more recently. And I think this is the really important one, that when you jump straight to the figuring it out to make it make sense cognitively, you're actually missing out then on the juicy discovery part of why did this make me so agitated? Why did this push my buttons so much? Right? This person did this thing that should be kind of like a minor thing, but I got so worked up about it. Why? Right? That's the cool part to figure out. It's not just like, oh, I can understand now this person, is having a really hard time at home lately. They were stuck in like terrible traffic, whatever. Their pet just died. That's why they're in a bad mood today. Okay, now I can feel empathy. Like that's nice. That is really helpful to kind of have that gateway to empathy. So you're judging them less. But I think the juicier thing is they did this thing, and like why? Why did it impact me so much? Like I look at the other people in the room, they seem maybe a little annoyed or they seem fine, but I'm really annoyed. Why? Why? Right? And the thing is that as soon as you find that missing puzzle piece where everything makes sense and you can just settle, okay, I can stop worrying about it now, then you've missed your opportunity because you no longer have that kind of texture of the raw emotional data to be examining. Now you just kind of have a memory of what it felt like to be so agitated. But while you're actually in it, before you kind of solve it cognitively, you have the raw texture of experience. You can feel, ooh, I feel this tightness. I feel this contortion. Oh, this is a wrongness. Cool. What if you stay with that? This is the solution that I've been practicing for myself. What if you stay with this for like 10 minutes? Like way more time than you normally would. Way more time. And just feel that discomfort. Ooh, I am so agitated right now. There's this deep wrongness about this. What exactly is that? What does it feel like? Does it remind me of a memory in my life? Is there an image that comes up? What is it about this thing? What is it about me? Is it something about my childhood? Is it something about my values that this is pushing against? Is it something about something I really hold precious? What do I need right now to feel okay? Not just the knowledge, right? What do I deeply need in terms of my values, in terms of my healing, right, from past experiences in my life that could help me be more okay with something like this? And this is really where it intersects with my practice of Zen Buddhism as well, of really just sometimes it's okay to kind of seek relief, but sometimes it can be an opportunity to really practice being with reality in this moment without trying to fix it, without trying to change it, with just examining, wow, here is this discomfort. In this moment, this is agitation. This is discomfort. What can I learn from this? What is there for me to examine in myself here? And I think that's really fascinating. There's the learning piece, and then there's also the practicing resiliency piece. What can I learn from just resting in this discomfort before I try to solve it? If I just stay here in this texture of, oh, wrongness, can I be okay with wrongness? Can I be okay with dysregulation, with discomfort, with agitation? The more you practice staying there, the more you grow in a really deep way. And you have to check if it's too much. If you're super dysregulated, you're super agitated, yeah, that's probably a time to find relief, to ask for help, to go for a walk, to do some breathing techniques, whatever. But sometimes I think it can be so valuable to just be with what is happening right now. What is this deep discomfort? What can I learn here? And you might be surprised if you stay for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Oh, wow. That's what's irritating me so much here. And oh, wow, I'm actually okay, even though I haven't figured this out yet. Even though I haven't kind of found that puzzle piece that's going to flip the switch to give me relief, I can still be okay with discomfort. So this is deep work, what I'm suggesting here. This isn't kind of surface level self-help stuff. Yeah. Takes a while. I've really been working on this for years to really get to this level where I can kind of peel back the layers and see like, oh wow, this thing that I was just naming as kind of curiosity is actually a protection mechanism. There is some curiosity in there, but there's also this defender part that's kind of subconsciously defending me from having to be with unknown, having to be with how reality sometimes doesn't make sense, how people sometimes don't make sense, how sometimes life isn't fair, and not having to fix it so it makes sense, so that it seems fair, but just being with, oh, this isn't fair. Oh, this doesn't make sense. Oh, this person is irrational. Okay. And can I be okay with that? So I'd love to hear how this lands with you in the comments. And if you're interested in exploring this yourself and doing that kind of work with someone who's been in that terrain, I invite you to check out my coaching offerings, michaelcallows.com. And I wish you a nourishing day. Thanks for watching.